glad you clicked in this video. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you the only gear you need to have if you were going to start a brand new content creation journey right now. And if you've been doing it for a minute, I want to simplify what you're working with. And I'm going to show you hands down the hottest combo in the game right now. And if you use something like this or this exact combination, it will absolutely just change the way you create content. Welcome to this series that I call Nice to Know, Nice to Have November. These are things that I wish I knew or gear that I wish I had when I first started my content creation journey. Now, I want to surprise you with a little bit of information. Do you know that 65 to 75% of all the content creation gear that you ever buy or maybe already have ever bought gets used once, twice, maybe thrice, becomes a point of frustration, and it ends up in the drawer somewhere and you hardly ever use it. This is a very, very, very common problem with new creators, especially new creators who, like us, in the sort of Gen X plus community, we have a little bit easier job of going out and buying new gear. So what do? We start chasing what we see kids on the internet doing, and we think that we're going to pull off the same thing. And maybe you don't have the technical chops or the time or the patience to learn all these things. So that becomes the first part of the problem. The second part of the problem is embargo days. Whenever embargo days happen, somebody comes on the TV and go, "What's up, everybody? Here's this brand new camera," and they show you a bunch of really sexy pictures in a bunch of really sexy places, and you think you want to do that because, well, you can. Just because you can, don't mean you should. So if I had to start all over again, I would start with these two items. Now, I want to add one before I get to those two, and that would be plain and simple, your phone. If you happen to have a phone, all you need is this and a microphone, just like Nas. All you need is one mic. This and the microphone will cover most of what people need. I like to take it a little bit stronger, so I'm going to show you what has been my go-to combo for about the last year and a half. I want to say maybe it's been a year. For about the last year, it has been this. This is the Osmo Pocket 3. This camera single-handedly changed the way that I create content. Before, when I would travel, I would bust out something like a full-frame mirrorless camera, 5 or 6 lenses, a bunch of batteries, a cage to rig it up, a whole bunch of accessories. And this combination here, as I hold it in my hand, is about $2,700. Not necessarily anymore. For what most people are going to create, this little guy right here acts as a webcam. It shoots vertical content. It has a nice little gimbal for stability. You could do time-lapse, motion lapse, panoramics. It takes photos. This is the guy. So if you want to shoot something in regular format or vertical format, this guy can do it all. Now, this I bought as a creator combo. Let me turn that off before we waste our time. This I bought as a creator combo, which came with the extra battery, the little tripod guy down here, but most of all, it came with this little microphone. That's it. So most of the times when I am traveling with this guy, it lives in this wonderful, I mean, absolutely wonderful Scotty Make Stuff case because I like it to be a little bit better protected. This is a 3D printed case that sets you back about 35, 40 bucks, and it's solid as a rock. It protects this guy. It comes with a nice little A-Boogie with the hoodie that you can use to cover the lens when the lens goes into hibernation mode, and then now you're safe and you're good to travel. I have traveled with this guy to Japan like 3 times. I've been to the mainland like 10 times with this guy. I live in Hawaii, so I say mainland, basically continental US. And this is literally, hands down, one of my favorite pieces of gear. This and an iPhone, and you're gold. But I'm going to show you the other piece of the combo, which I was using a Insta360 Go or Go 3S. I have both of them, but I recently picked up the DJI Osmo Action Pro. Why did I switch to this from the Insta360? It's not a spec thing. It's not a gear thing. It's just working in one app and one ecosystem is just easier. But by all means, if it's a GoPro, an Insta360, one of these, some little action camera. Why the action camera? One, it's very easy to mount in all kind of places. Tend to be waterproof. They're very rugged. They're really kind of hard to break unless you're going to do something crazy. Again, like I said, waterproof. And now they all come with these little magnets, so you can just kind of stick them to just about anything. Throw this thing on a handle, and, you know, one of the recent videos I did on the channel is me using the Osmo Action 5 because I can see on the little front screen. You know, I don't have to flip anything up, which the Insta360 does have a flip screen. I kind of like just looking at the little screen in the front. It's a little bit easier. But this combination right here between the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the DJI Osmo Action 5 have been hands down one of the greatest combinations. Why? Because they both pair well with this microphone. So if I'm traveling, phone's coming with me no matter what. This connects to the phone via Bluetooth. If I'm using this to shoot with, it connects here. I have this case so I can just slip it on right there, pin this to my body, whatever. It can actually take two microphones. This will take the same microphone or two microphones. I have the other one charging right over here on the end of the desk, and I have a whole set. So you could do whatever. Now, here's what's really incredible. This works as an incredible webcam. This works as an incredible webcam. The gimbal provides stability. It has fantastic low light situations. And here's the biggest feature that they have. I'm not getting into the crazy specs. I'm not getting into all of the features. As a matter of fact, I'm not even showing you a bunch of footage from my trips because I don't want you to feel like, oh, mine aren't going to look that pretty unless. Trust me, these guys are good. But the number one feature is they're extremely easy to use. I mean, extremely easy to use. Pretty much anyone can grab these and go to town and make good footage. That's it. So do you need to have both of these? No, your phone alone will cover you. Is it a nice to have? That's why it's called nice to know, nice to have November. But hands down, I have taken on my last 6 trips just these two things and a phone. A combination of an action camera, this camera specifically, and the phone. I stopped traveling with these. As a matter of fact, I just sold 2 mirrorless cameras and a bunch of lenses because we're at a different time and place. I kind of almost wish these weren't called action cameras because they scare regular people from believing how good a camera these is. This is incredible. If you happen to live in a touristy spot like myself, just walk around downtown and watch how many people are carrying this or a GoPro or something that's similar. It mounts in all kind of crazy places, really creative shots, not hard to use, durable as all hell. Like, this is the answer. So once again, if I was starting all over again, maybe it's the phone. And if you're like myself, you got a little bit of means and it's not going to break the bank, look at the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro or the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, the creator combo. I almost want to say it's a must, but you can always buy the extra pieces later and build it up. I just think this solves lots of problems that people have when they first get out. I think they're very easy to use. And you know, one more thing I want to add to this conclusionary statement. They're fun to use. Like, busting on my other cameras, I'm from the photography and videography world. I've been doing this for quite a long time. These guys are absolutely fun to use. You will come up with fantastic creative ideas. And yeah, that's the best I can say. If you want to know more, trust me, there's tons and tons of videos out there of people showing you really incredible cinematic footage from these guys. But I didn't want to confuse you with that. I wanted to give you an honest to God opinion of how these guys have changed my content creation system. They're super fast. They're super easy. Anybody can use it. Transfer data to your phone, chop it up with CapCut, post it. So in this series, nice to know, nice to have November, let me tell you the 2 things you need. A nice pocketable camera and a regular people camera. I'm going to stop calling them action cameras. This is a regular people camera. Those 2 guys, plus your phone and the microphone, and you're absolutely gold in any situation. Now, this video has been sponsored by not DJI, me, Doc Pops. I am Doc Rock. I am the inventor of Doc Pops. They're incredible acoustic memory foam microphone covers that will not only help you sound better by removing plosives. So if you Peter Piper pick the pepper or run rap rhymes, it's not going to pop. And they just happen to look good. They pop right on top. It's a pop of color and it's a pop filter. So get yourself a Doc Pop. I will put them down in the description below. And also here on YouTube, there is a YouTube shelf you can purchase directly from the shelf. Now I'm going to pop up another video I think you should watch. Go ahead and check it out.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver inside.